All right. I had to get my wife out the door. She's a little bit late to work, but um, market has opened. We had some big wins yesterday. Um, we're basically cracked the negative 200s now. So I was in the hole for about 600, but over the last few sessions, I've worked my way out of that hole. We made all-time highs yesterday, passed them. And I kind of been predicting that the whole week, and I could have probably stayed in the whole week and basically wrote it up and just totally cashed in, probably been in the profit. But anyways, a little part of the learning. I mean, we knew it was going to go that way. You see it kind of basically crush these all-time highs. We don't know how high it wants to go today, so we're just going to start from scratch. I'm going to remove all these drawings, turn off all my indicators. Fusion sections off. Okay. So, what I'm going to continue to do, the strategy that I've seemed to be, or that has seemed to be working for me, is one, trend lines. I'm going to go on the 4-hour. I'm going to look for basically some multiple touch points here on, a wide view. We don't need to go crazy far back, but maybe it would just visually, if I see like a trend forming, like something, just even 2 touch points, we could look to see if it's changing. But I think we could get basically 3 out of this. So we got 3 touch points here. Same goes for the high side. We have basically some kind of trend going on here. In my mind, let's see, is that technically well, anyways, in my mind, we're kind of rounding a top. So I feel like we will have either some sort of dip down at some point and then continue up, or some sort of major dip down. We're kind of rounding the top here. And so for that reason, I'm going to add in these extra trend lines. Okay. We got some kind of funneling into this region here. We got multiple touch points on that front there. So what I've started to realize is, price when it consolidates, basically when it's going sideways, it will kind of create like a trend funnel like we're seeing here. And every time it breaks out, or we could kind of expect it to range around in this until it breaks out. And then at that point, we're probably expecting some sort of impulsive move or some sort of change or something to happen. And I think that's what the name of this game is visually, just looking at stuff. You're looking for patterns. You're looking for equal highs and equal lows. So I've been marking out those. You can see here, you get kind of, and we'll see, you kind of look to see how far it goes back. Got something going on here. So we see that price comes down here and it has a reaction. We got some equal lows. And then we could look for the same on the higher time frame. Basically, if you just move the cursor, we got a little something here. Made kind of an equal high there, but then you see it got crossed, and then it had a big reaction. This one got kind of rejected off there. I think these are the two main points we're looking at. Okay, so we got that. And then we look at our session ranges, Asians and whatnot. So we look at any, basically these are done. Let me make sure I'm not getting confused here. Okay, that is pivot highs, pivot lines. Remember fusion. Okay, what is all this? This is all new to me. This must be a different Asian range. So we're gonna go ahead and do our trend line. So this is our New York Open. I do that blue. I don't know if it's necessary to color code it, but I'm kind of a visual person. I'm gonna put our high there. We're gonna put our, that's the same, our London high. Basically already went through it. We basically already ranged through our other key levels here, so we're just working off the current and then these previous levels here. Old New York. I don't know if this is lower, but it's very similar. Okay. I'm going to also do this old New York. And then I'll do this Asian. Asian is yellow for me. Actually, I think this is actually New London now. Anyways, doesn't matter that much. This is a different, my indicator, I had to reset it, so I think the colors are different than I had it before. Okay, so we've got those main points here. We do have Asian high that's been taken out already. So we got those session levels marked out. We had that big move yesterday to get things looking good. And then we're just looking for patterns. So we know that price has rejected there. The next thing we're looking at is 4-hour fair value gaps. This is to help figure out the daily bias. Now we could see it has already reached down in this one. It has not fully inverted it, so it's kind of, I guess it's still in play. It still wants to take it out. So that's going to be a draw. And then we got this one here. Okay, we were looking for other patterns as well. It's 4 hour. We can see here, this is like another maybe resistance zone. We see that prices reacted off of there. See another one down there. That's like a support zone. And then the last thing is the 15-minute break or opening market candle, which has already broken out of, but we use that as just a reference point to see what price wants to do. Is it going to be a breakout in either way? So I mark that first 15-minute candle open. We could have a retest to the upside. We've made all-time highs. Another thing I can mark out. So we got this new all-time high here, which is the New York. Make that orange. So we see this big span here. We are at the top of the range. It could break out. We could see what price wants to do. Obviously, we have a lot of room for downside after this, but we do want to keep in mind that this could break. It could break all the way to this trend line. So it's hard to. We want to just watch to see what price wants to do at this moment. We are kind of making a, looks like a pivot point high here. And so we got the pivot low. It kind of, ping pongs back and forth. So we're in pretty good range to move down. We kind of have a range here. We do expect it to range around a little bit before it wants to make its big move, probably, because it did make all-time highs. Basically, we can see that this like trend here. The trend lines do, I feel, work on multiple time frames. So we could kind of expect this to react here, keep going up. We could see the beginning of a new trend, like an upward trend. We got equal highs up there. Basically got equal highs here. So in my mind, this is like a area of interest. Starting to make equal lows here. If it breaks out of this, we got a lot of volume here, then I would probably see that it's making an indication it wants to go down more. I'm going to wait for it to pull back and then continue. So we see it's kind of reacting there. So if we take a short off of here and we, for instance, target this high, I mean, it's not bad. We've already made all-time highs. We could expect a bit of market manipulation to do a crazy high. But if we look also back on previous wicks, that's a long wick. That's one of the longer wicks. So we expect maybe it to, that's a pretty long wick. It is a pretty long one. So we expect maybe another candle. But this is also, keep in mind, at this moment on the 4 hour, we got 11 minutes left. It is going to be that long wick's there. It could go up higher. So once we make all-time highs, what ends up happening? Okay, we got a long wick there, and then it retraces down. All these are old all-time highs. So I think with a lot of these, you could expect a similar type move if you were to take. Is it doing that? That's good. Okay. So 50 points off of a move there. So each time it makes all-time high. So question is it did it make it the all-time high? Now the wick looks short, so we want to see a long wick. Yep. So we basically want to see a long wick. Now we got a new 4-hour candle. So it is not basically, no, got 10 minutes still. It could come down. We need to see a long wick before this thing is done, because that's a pretty long wick. It's a little bit longer. This is pretty long. This is a short one here. That was an all-time high, but then it came up and made this one after. It's a bullish candle. Pretty long. That's a long one. So if it's a short 4-hour wick, we can expect a longer bull or bearish wick. Long wick, short wick, short wick, long wick. So we need to see a long wick, short wick type situation. This is a short wick. So I think we can see, depending on where this closes in 9 minutes, we can see a longer wick. If it's a short wick, then that bearish candle is going to come above. Then we could look at taking our short from maybe here. And we could target, you know, target 15 points, because it might not be the other thing. If we look at these wicks here, it will probably range around the top. Could move, it could get some decent moves. So we're looking at these kind of moves here. How long are these moves? We look for a 10-point move, maybe. If they're all said and done, and now it could do one of these deals where it ranges for a bit and then falls dramatically over the course of the day. Could see one of these. This is an all-time high. But you see it kind of has a lot of movement there. Ultimately, we could see it range around after there, but what does that have in my chart? Okay. So 4-hour, we do see a long wick happening now, and then we'll see a short pullback. We've got 7 minutes left on this candle. long wick. We do see things resting and reacting above and rejecting off of this point of interest here. Support and resistance. We do have these fair value gaps, so at some point price is going to probably come back and take both of these out. So starting from up here somewhere, we can look at price coming down at least partially or completely take out these. That would be a 3. I mean, ideally, if you get that turnaround, then you get the long wick, short wick on the 4 hour. I think we're in good shape to take shorts off of that. We do have the trend line as a bit of resistance. People are trading trends, and so there are orders above these trends. Everybody else is doing it, so there is some weight to that. So we are going to close with a fairly long wick. So fairly long wick high, equal high, our new high. We could see shorter. I mean, it's all-time highs. It's going to come down over time at some point, most likely. You have these fair value gaps. That's a strong draw. You don't have much liquidity. That's why we had that big move up before, is we had all of these previous session highs and lows that it wanted to take out, including a fair value gap, which was, I believe, here. And so that's why yesterday I just kind of knew it would make that run up at some point. Over the last few days, I knew it was going to make that run up. So here we got two big 4 hour fair value gaps. So I don't know that price will come up way up here now, because this wick, it's starting to retrace now. It is looking like. Also, we got to be looking for, starting back here off of all-time high. We need to see long wicks on the bottoms. That's a long wick on the uptrend. On the uptrend. So it's a long wick. Could go up higher. Here was one, but it wasn't an all-time high. Okay. So we got 3 minutes to close on this one. Okay. So we made that run down. I missed it. But if we look back, we can see that it probably will retrace before another big move down. Let's see here. What's going on? So well, that's a big move. I was in the bathroom. So it did exactly what we wanted it to do, basically. I think we could still see another. We need to see another pullback before we would enter that trade. We got a tiny, teeny little wick there. And it could be. I mean, that's a pretty small wick, so that could be it. Now, 2 hours. Yeah, it's kind of coming back now. One time I did end up retracing, basically back to, let's see, if we took this one. The whole candle back to above the 0.5. Above 0.5. That downward candle. Below 0.5. Below 0.5. So if we took out retrace, we want to see price come back potentially. Now we are in a bullish market, obviously. That's the other thing. We are in a bullish market. This actually, no, technically we're in a bearish market. Up, low, at a lower low. I think if price came back up here, we could take a short. crossing the midpoint. So we do see bearish, obviously, pressure here. We took a short. To a fair value gap, that would be easy. Only 2 points, maybe. Now we're okay with waiting too, because we know it's going to come down. We'll most likely take out some of these, 1 or 2 of these fair value gaps, and then at some point it will be considered a well, let's see. We're going to be in a bearish market for a while. Looks like, because to break that high, to be in an uptrend, unless we do range and then range around and then come back up. So this could be a new little range that's going to happen here. Depending on where this low is, we have our high end side of the range up here. Yeah, we don't want to take anything, because that is basically missing out on, 15 points there if we didn't wait. And then ideally it's going to come, all the way down. We'll probably hit some resistance here. If it makes it down here, it's most likely going to go back up. It already has broke through some resistance though. See this kind of action going here, coming back up. So it might range around like this, but it is a big span here, so there's a lot of opportunity, I think. If I see it go up here, that could be a potential move. Okay, it comes down to here. You take it up to some degree. But I'm pretty happy. I'm at a negative 198 right now. I was negative, I think, almost 600, and so the past few days I've been profitable. Yesterday I did, I guess it was $125, but it was more like, how many points would that be? So 25 points, I think I made a tad more than that. So 25 points yesterday, which is pretty solid. That included my losses and stuff as well. So the thing I'm realizing about the break and retest, what it doesn't seem to consider for the most part is the phases of the market. So we just had an impulsive move up, created fair value gaps. We're probably going to range a bit, and then at some point take out the fair value gaps, range, and then make another move up, range. Like this is like a mini range, but it happens on a larger time frame as well. And so this is the smaller range of it, maybe a bigger range, and then that's a smaller range of an even bigger range, etc. And the break and retest only looks for this, which if I was here on time, we could let that, we could have taken it. This is the break, retest. How many points would that have been? Been basically a nice solid 20 points. So I totally missed that. Okay, so now we're touching off of here. We are touching the fair value gap. Almost. If it breaks through it, you know, the last couple of days, few days, pretty much easy to see where price wanted to go because you had so much lopsided liquidity that you knew it was going to want to go. One, market goes up, so you could anticipate it going up. Two, there's all that unclaimed liquidity. You had four fair value gaps. You're at the bottom side of a trend line, so it all kind of was making sense that price wanted to go up. But we'll see what happens here. We could be going for these New York lows. I'm going to keep an eye on my 4 hour. It will want to go up at least to the 50 probably. If it reclaims this. Even if we went to the 50, that's 21 points. This might be our pullback here and eventual move up. We could see an impulsive move up here because we kind of had steady movement down. So on the 4 hour, we're still in a bearish because we have not made a new high. I believe, technically. Technically, yes, we're bearish. I feel like it's gonna come back up. We got some equal lows there. Is it gonna reject off of this or break through it? This is a fair value gap, so there is liquidity here. See what happened in previous instances. Let's see on this lower time frame what happened. And we hit an all-time high. I don't think we got there yet. Okay, we're getting close. Is this my all-time high? I'm gonna let you go back so far. That's stupid. Okay, let's see if we can try this again. That was an all-time high there. But we want to look at this one maybe in the 5 minute. So we had this little rounded consolidation move up, consolidation, move down. This is more of a peak. We had kind of slow trickle down, so it kind of works its way down. He's gonna come back up and then go down most likely. Question is, how far does this thing want to go down today? Basically missed both of my moves. Look at how smooth that action is, pretty much. We knew we made all-time highs. And was late getting on the charts. We got an equal high right now. We did hit this low. This is a New York session low. That was a magnet. We have 4-hour fair value gap below it. This could be a pullback. Since we missed the move, I'm not sure what I want to do at this point. You know it's going to basically head and shoulders, maybe up to this point at some point. Currently pushing down. I want to tap into that. Wow, what a move. Look at this. Get my food. So I missed the two obvious moves. Incredible. If it weren't for this one, I would enter. But I feel like it wants to come down and touch this a little bit first. At some point it will come in and touch this. So that's why we wanted to be in up here, because we knew it would come down some part of the way down here. That's just easy. All-time highs. It made the kind of new all-time high. Made a nice wick. Came down. Took out this fair value gap. It's retracing. It may go back up and then want to come down to the next one. could see something like that. Why isn't my fucking... Has it been like that the whole time? I was on there before. That's weird. Sorry about that. Alright, so it did come back down. I feel like it's making its way back up now. I'm going to enter a buy. I could go one it down and go down more, but that's a crazy move. I'm going to go buy. My stop loss is going to be under here. I mean, to take profit, really. I feel like it's highly unlikely it's going to invert this fair value gap completely. I think it's going to tease you a little bit and then come back up. May have been a little hasty. We do got this support zone here. But it is going to go back up. So I could change my stop loss. The next little liquidity grab is way down here, but there is some resistance there. Hoping this is a pivot point. This could be a little rangy bottom of this move, big move down. We are kind of wanting to push into profit. Okay, we got a kind of an equal bottom. Okay. Just pushing down. It could want to totally invert this. If I change my stop loss, that would be 200. If I get back in profit, I might pull out of this. Little hasty. I didn't have a clear direction. I'm going to take this down to, I'm going to take a little bit of profit. I'm going to wait for it to go down. Okay, well, it's what we like to see there. I mean, I really feel like you've made a 4-hour fair value gap at this point. So it's going to want to come up. I mean, you're going to make 4-hour fair value gap. Could price come down here? Yeah. Could it take out this liquidity? Yes. Should I have waited till it come down here? Probably. There's more of a confluence there. We are at the top of our range here, but we've got these little, you know, I do feel like, I mean, that's an impulsive move. It's going to range around a little bit. We got this liquidity. It will eventually come down here. So again, this was the ideal entry point. taking this down. We are in a bearish market. I actually should not have even taken a trade in the bearish market against the market. I should have waited for that retrace, come back down. But that's why I'm going to get out of this, maybe with the skin of my teeth. It'll probably range and hopefully come and tag that at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if it came all the way back up here. Which is not an ideal entry point. Let's see, looks like momentum is slowing. Okay. Let's see if it would have tagged our original. We put our original stop loss here. I'm just curious if it's going to tag that or not, or if it's going to actually do what I thought it was going to do, which is kind of retrace a little bit. This was an impulsive move. We basically have no wick at the bottom. We probably would see some wick happening. That would be a pretty big wick, I guess, if it did. We got 3 hours, 3.5 hours till. Look at that. It's a crazy day. Okay, now we're popping back out. Okay. Yeah, we're still in a bearish market, so I mean, I should be going the other direction. That's what I should be doing. So I'm hoping I'm gonna come and get my money back. Kind of rounding this bottom here. I doubt we'll have an impulsive move that will take us further down. I mean, it's possible. There's not a lot down there that would draw it down there. That's the thing. We have taken out most of this, but to be, it's going to want to go higher. If it doesn't invert it, it's going to want to go higher. But a lot of times it will make multiple stabs at the 4-hour fair value gap, even invalidating it a couple of times before it continues even to go higher. So I've seen that it just wants to take some of that liquidity. It doesn't mean it just because it's inverted doesn't mean it's going to totally change direction, but it does want to grab it. We do have some liquidity down here, so I don't know if it's going to want to grab that. It's completely on the other end of this, but we're getting cocky. Okay, going to completely invert the fair value gap. We could expect a pullback maybe from the inversion. We haven't got a pullback yet at all. And we're continuing to go bearish. We were 72 bucks in the hole. Feel pretty confident we would have some sort of retrace. If not on this one, maybe on the next candle. So we can see that this is like a resistance zone actually above that area. Right at where my take profit is. We could expect it to range here. It is maybe a big ask. We've got a lot of people highs here. This might be a little bit of an area of resistance here. All I want to do is get my money back now at this point. We would have stopped out had I not changed my stop loss. That was stupid trade. Ooh, trade. Obviously a downtrend. Wow, it's just as easy as that to lose when you could have won. Like I was taking a shit, and then I missed the move, but that was the move. Was to catch it from the all-time high down. And so you do got to be a real sniper. It's got to be something you're in an athletic posture to catch, and you got to be locked in. So that, I think this was not an A plus. This is like a C setup, a D setup, basically. I think it will retrace up, but obviously it's going to go up at some point. This is the market, so it's going to go up. Now I can make my stop loss, God knows how big, and then I can just wait over time for it to go back up. But you know, let's take a look at that. Let's see what happened if I just totally. So we're in the middle of this range. You can see it's down here now. You got this little support area. We could expect it at some point to come down here. Could be the next candle, could be this candle. We're kind of in the middle of this overall trend zone. It is kind of rounding the top and starting to potentially make an eventual downtrend. We got liquidity down here. We got all-time high up there, which it already took. So I guess our main draws are here. So we had 4-hour fair value gaps. We had 3 session lows. And this was the obvious play here. Now, question is, with a big impulsive move down, I'm expecting something like that. But obviously, with some of these impulsive, especially over this one, look how far that came down. So we did, I was looking for this. And I don't know if we're going to get that at this point. I may just have to live with my loss here. What a shitty move here, huh? So on those big impulsive move down, we do see some wicking. Some wicking. We don't know when it will happen. Some wicks. I was thinking it was going to do something like this, to be honest with you. So it will make a wick eventually, but we don't know when the bottom is. It could be coming down to touch this. Question is, should I have gotten out of this trade a long time ago? That is the question. I got in it here. It did come back up for a brief moment. We are kind of getting into a consolidation bottom here. It might take the next candle to make it there. Next 4 hours. Look at that. Incredible. So we got 15-minute fair value gaps. No fair value gap made yet on the 1 hour. So there's no reason to really go back and retrace that. There's nothing, no strong reason to retrace other than this 15-minute fair value gap, which I don't think it has much weight at this point. Totally on the wrong side of this. It was in a negative, it was in a bearish trend, and I took a bullish trade. Trade with trend. Basically, could wipe out and then some everything I made yesterday. I mean, I was late to the game today. I was late to the game. I was rushed. Excited off of yesterday's profit and got a little bit trigger happy. Boy, we really do seem like we're coming down to take out these. That's really my entry here. Down here. Totally inverted. Incredible. Jesus. That's what I knew I wanted. Why didn't I take shorts? Well, because I thought it might come back up off of these. I thought it might, well, obviously, I thought, well, it's not going to dig that deep. And I'll be damned. Crazy. We did do this rangy thing. Come back up. I thought this stretch is unprecedented in terms of you know, bearish moves anywhere, especially off all-time highs. So to have this move off of the all-time high, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's a crazy move. But we're gonna let it play out. I thought that this little pocket would be, this will probably, this is not, it is a support zone at times. But it is more resistance. So I could see it getting stopped as it goes up at this point. When it goes up, I could see it hitting the brakes here. Not likely that it's going to get to my take profit. We did have a little bit of a support zone there, but obviously this blew past it. I'm starting to slow down a little bit. We're gonna let it play out. I think I'll get to my day. Obviously a bit disappointing. I'm not out of it yet. I think I'll keep my stop loss there. I don't think I'll change it this time. What is this other pro? It's my crusher. So, Really, where should I have on this entry? That's why having a strategy is important. I'm just willing it to go back up, but that's not a really intelligent way to trade. I definitely should have had an appropriate stop loss. My first stop loss was here, was $80, so I would have lost that, but I would have been in a better position to make money back on the way up when it, you know, inevitably will. What a crazy day! Look at that. Look at that horsetail. Okay, well, we're gonna let it play out.